Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Madison Charlton from MLC Tech, and now today we're going to be talking about how the UK retailer Game is set to stop the sale of second-hand games and to end its trade-in service across all stores in the UK next month. So sit back and relax as we dive into the end of second-hand games being sold at Game UK. When I first read the news about this, it sort of did make me a little sad, as quite frankly I have fond memories throughout my childhood of going to Game when I was a child and selling all of my old PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 games to try and buy the latest and newest titles. In fact, I have very fond memories of going to Game back in 2013 when I first made my gaming PC and I sold a bunch of old PlayStation 3 games to buy Battlefield 4 for the PC, and that was my first ever PC game that I actually bought with my new gaming PC was Battlefield 4, and I have fond memories of going to Game that one evening and just trading in all my games and getting my copy of Battlefield 4, and it was just a magical experience and quite frankly it's a cool memory in my head. But with the rise of digital media, we have seen retailers cut back on their in-person presence, and now Game UK is downscaling its operations by ending their long-running trading service and ceasing sale of second-hand titles. Now Game is the UK's largest gaming retailer, and it is set to stop accepting tradings after the 16th of February. Now, trading your video games at retailers such as Game has never been the most cost-effective way to sell old games, but they are a convenient way to do so. So if you want to make a quick turnaround on your old games to try and buy a new one, then trading services do have a slight use for that. And quite frankly, you're taking a price cut on potential profits you can make out of convenience sake. And quite frankly, it's such a shame to see this practice slowly fade into obscurity. Though it is reported that Game will at least continue to accept trade-ins for consoles and other gaming hardware. And I think it's a real shame that physical in-person gaming retailers have continued to shrink year on year. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I have very fond memories of going into stores and having that experience that you just don't get anymore with in-person stores. But I'm not surprised Game is going down this route in ceasing its trading and second-hand sales, as quite frankly the prices they were charging were absolutely atrocious for second-hand games, and quite frankly people were fed up of being gouged for the price of the games. In fact, Game as a retailer as a whole has been struggling recently as their prices just aren't competitive opposed to other marketplaces. And with the rise in other marketplaces such as CX and Facebook Marketplace, which is a great way to buy and sell second-hand games for a much better price compared to what Game were charging, so it's not surprising Game took this route because quite frankly they weren't competitive at all when it came to the second-hand space. But I really do think it's a great shame that Game went in this direction and how they essentially priced themselves out of the second-hand market and ultimately saw it as a justification to cut the service altogether. As I strongly believe in the resale of second-hand games and having a whole library of physical media that you can directly own that can't be taken away from you if a digital license is ever revoked from you. And it does make me sad to see the wider industry as a whole move the direction to more digital-only games, and in a lot of cases now, physical media for modern games acts as only really an activation disc, where in some cases you buy a disc, you insert it in, and there is absolutely no media on the disc, and you still have to download the full game from online anyway. Though it's important to note that a lot of games can still be played on physical-only media, but this shift in the industry as a whole is very concerning, as I strongly believe having local and physical media is the best way to preserve gaming and to preserve your software as well. So as much as I want to hold on to being able to have a full physical collection of modern gaming, unfortunately the industry isn't going in that direction, and it's really sad and pains me to say that. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below on this direction that Game UK has decided to go in. Are you the type of person who likes to sell your old games that you no longer play? And how long do you think before in-store retailers such as Game decide to try and go online only? Do you think that this would be the death note for Game if they try to go online only to try and compete directly with the likes of the PlayStation Store, Steam and other retailers such as Green Man Gaming? Personally, I don't think they ever could, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. Anyway, I have been Madison Charlton from MLC Tech. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it in any way, shape or form, make sure to give it a like and maybe subscribe for more content like this in the future. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in another video soon. Goodbye for now.